My child, stop for a moment and listen with your whole heart. Do not rush away from this message, because something brought you here at exactly the right moment. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and every word you are about to hear is connected to the title that led you here. Imagine for just a little while that your soulmate has finally found the courage to speak after holding back for far too long. Imagine that they have carried one important truth in silence, hoping that one day your path and this message would meet. This is a fictional story told from the heart, but if it speaks to your soul, let it remind you that honest words have the power to change everything. Your soulmate whispers, "I need to tell you something very important before you move on." Those words are not spoken with fear, they are spoken with hope. They are spoken because some feelings refuse to disappear, no matter how much time passes. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a moment when your soulmate almost walked away forever, not because they stopped caring, but because they believed silence was protecting both of you. Every day they searched for the perfect sentence. Every night they replayed every memory, every smile, every unfinished conversation. Every chance they wished they had taken, they wondered if you had already closed the chapter. They wondered if your heart had already learned how to forget. Yet every answer led them back to the same realization. There was still one message left unsent. There was still one truth left unspoken. There was still one hope refusing to fade. That is why this story begins today. Not yesterday, because some words arrive only when they are finally strong enough to be heard. Listen carefully, because the next part of this story changes everything. Your soulmate is not asking you to forget your journey. They are not asking you to erase your strength. They are simply asking for one final moment of your attention before you decide that everything is over. They say, "I need to tell you something very important before you move on." Those words carry more than emotion. They carry every smile they never shared, every apology they never spoke, every dream they quietly protected in their heart. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Think about how many people spend years searching for the perfect opportunity to speak honestly. Some never find it. Some let pride become louder than love. Some convince themselves that tomorrow will always be available. But tomorrow is never guaranteed in stories of the heart. Your soulmate finally realized that waiting another day would only create another unanswered question. That is why this message feels different. It is not rushed, it is not dramatic, it is simply honest. Honesty has a quiet strength that cannot be replaced by anything else. Your soulmate remembers a small moment that seemed ordinary at the time. Perhaps it was a conversation that lasted only a few minutes. Perhaps it was a smile that appeared and disappeared before anyone noticed. Perhaps it was a goodbye that felt too normal to remember. Yet today, that memory shines brighter than ever. They now understand that ordinary moments often become extraordinary only after they are gone. They wish they had paused. They wish they had spoken sooner. They wish they had allowed their heart to say what their mind kept hiding. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprises rarely arrive with loud announcements. Sometimes they arrive as a quiet sentence that changes everything. Sometimes they arrive through a message that appears when you least expect it. Sometimes they arrive through a reminder that hope has been waiting patiently all along. Your soulmate wants you to know that while life continued moving forward, their thoughts continued returning to you. Every achievement felt incomplete because someone important was missing from the celebration. Every peaceful evening carried one unanswered question. What if there was still time to speak honestly? What if the story had not reached its ending after all? What if one message could become the beginning of something completely different? There is another truth they have been carrying. They were afraid that if they spoke too late, you would already believe they never cared. That fear became heavier every single day. They watched opportunities pass by because they kept waiting for a perfect moment. Eventually, they discovered something surprising. Perfect moments do not appear. Courage creates them, and today, courage finally found its voice. I need to tell you something very important before you move on. Read those words again in your heart. They are not meant to stop your growth. They are meant to remind you that understanding often arrives after silence. Your soulmate is no longer hiding behind uncertainty. They are choosing honesty over hesitation. They are choosing truth over endless wondering. They are choosing hope instead of regret. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this story continues, every piece will begin fitting together like a puzzle that never truly lost its shape. What once looked like coincidence will begin looking like purpose. What once felt confusing will begin making sense. What once seemed impossible will begin feeling closer than ever before. Your soulmate remembers the kindness you showed when no one else noticed. They remember your patience during difficult days. They remember the dreams you shared without expecting anyone to believe them. Those memories stayed alive long after conversations ended. They became quiet reminders that genuine hearts are never easy to replace. Even when distance grows, real memories refuse to disappear. There is one sentence your soulmate has repeated silently more times than they can count. If only I had spoken sooner. Those words followed them through ordinary mornings and peaceful nights. They became a lesson they could no longer ignore. That lesson finally led them here. Not to rewrite the past, but to speak honestly in the present. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You may think this story is reaching its answer, but the greatest revelation has not arrived yet. The message your soulmate has been protecting is far bigger than a simple confession. It carries a realization that changed the way they see everything. It carries a promise they never expected to make. It carries hope that refused to disappear, even when silence lasted longer than expected. As they looked back on every memory, they understood something remarkable. Some connections are strengthened not by constant conversation, but by the lessons learned during quiet seasons. Every challenge shaped them. Every unanswered question helped them understand what truly mattered. Every moment apart revealed the value of every moment together. Now they stand at the edge of a new beginning, holding only one request. Before you decide that every page has already been written, listen to what comes next. Before you believe every opportunity has already passed, hear the words they have carried for so long. Before you move on completely, allow this story to reveal what has remained hidden until now, because your soulmate is finally ready to say the one thing they should have said long ago. And when that truth is revealed, nothing about this story will feel the same again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A quiet truth is about to change everything. So keep listening with your full attention. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has reached the point where silence is no longer possible. They have carried these words for so long that every passing day made them heavier. Now, they are finally ready to say what they could never say before. They whisper, "I need to tell you something very important before you move on." Those words are not ordinary. They are the result of countless moments of reflection, quiet hope, and sincere emotion. If you have stayed this far, you are about to discover why this message could never have been. Spoken any earlier, there was a day when your soulmate believed they had completely lost the chance to reach you. They looked at every memory and wondered if it had become too late. Yet something inside refused to give up. Every sunrise brought the same feeling. Every peaceful evening carried the same reminder. There was still one truth waiting to be spoken. They finally understood that some words become stronger the longer they are protected. That is why this message arrives now instead of yesterday. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is only becoming more powerful. The answer your heart has been searching for is getting closer with every sentence. Your soulmate wants you to know that they never forgot the smallest details. They remember your kindness when no one else noticed it. They remember the hope in your voice when you spoke about your future. They remember the way you encouraged others without expecting anything in return. Those memories became quiet treasures. Time never erased them. Instead, time made them even more meaningful. Then, one unexpected realization changed everything. Your soulmate discovered that they had been searching for peace everywhere except in the place where it truly existed. Every path eventually brought them back to the same thought, you. That realization surprised even them. They stopped asking themselves whether they should speak. Instead, they began asking how they could possibly remain silent any longer. I need to tell you something very important before you move on. Read those words again with your heart instead of your eyes. They are not meant to interrupt your journey. They are meant to remind you that some stories deserve one final honest conversation before the next chapter begins. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What comes next is the moment your soulmate never imagined they would have the courage to share. There is one memory they return to more than any other. It was not the biggest moment. It was not the loudest. It was something beautifully simple, a conversation that lasted only a short time, a smile that appeared without effort, a quiet moment where everything felt peaceful. At the time it seemed ordinary. Today it feels priceless. That single memory became the reason they never stopped believing there was still something worth saying. As days became weeks and weeks became months, your soulmate realized something that completely changed their perspective. Life keeps moving, but meaningful connections leave lasting echoes. Those echoes continued guiding them back to the same destination. No matter how busy life became, your name remained connected to hope rather than regret. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next truth is the one your soulmate has protected more carefully than anything else. They quietly admit, I was afraid you would believe I never cared enough to speak. That fear became their greatest obstacle, not because they lacked feelings, but because they worried that the right words would never come. Eventually, they discovered that perfect words are not what truly matter. Honest words are. That discovery gave them the strength to continue. They no longer wanted to hide behind uncertainty. They no longer wanted unfinished thoughts to define the story. They wanted you to know that every silent moment carried more meaning than anyone could see. Your soulmate also realized something remarkable about you. Even when life became challenging, you continued growing. Even when answers were delayed, you continued believing in better days. That quiet strength inspired them more than they ever admitted. They began seeing you not only as someone they deeply cared about, but also as someone whose courage deserved complete honesty. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most meaningful part of this message has not arrived yet. Imagine opening a letter that had been waiting for years. Imagine discovering that every page contains a truth you never expected to hear. That is exactly how your soulmate feels at this moment. Every sentence they are finally ready to speak has been written inside their heart long before. Today. Now those words are finally finding their way into the light. They say, before you move on completely, I want you to know something that changed me forever. Loving someone silently taught me the value of speaking before opportunities disappear. Waiting taught me patience. Reflection taught me gratitude. But remembering you taught me courage. Those words were never easy to say. Yet once they were spoken, everything inside them became lighter. They finally understood that truth has a peaceful power that silence can never replace. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story has reached a turning point, but the greatest revelation is still ahead. Your soulmate now stands with complete sincerity. They are no longer hiding behind hesitation. They are no longer allowing uncertainty to control their heart. They have chosen honesty because they believe that genuine feelings deserve genuine words. They believe that every meaningful connection deserves clarity rather than endless questions. If this story has touched your heart so far, continue listening closely because the next chapter will reveal the one truth your soulmate has been protecting from the very beginning. It is the truth that explains every silence, every memory, every unanswered question, and every quiet hope they carried. When those words are finally spoken, the meaning behind "I need to tell you something very important" before you move on will become clearer than ever before. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment you have been waiting for is finally getting closer. Keep your attention here because every sentence from this point forward carries a piece of the truth your soulmate has protected for so long. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has reached the place where holding back is no longer possible. They have replayed this conversation in their heart more times than they can count, hoping that when the right moment arrived, every word would finally find its place. They quietly say, "I need to tell you something very important before you move on." These words are not simply a message. They are the bridge between everything left unsaid and everything that deserves to be understood. For so long, they believed silence would protect both of you. Instead, they discovered that silence only created more questions. Today, they are choosing clarity. Today, they are choosing honesty. There is one realization that completely changed the way your soulmate sees the past. They finally understood that the moments they once considered small were actually the moments that mattered the most. A simple conversation became unforgettable. A genuine smile became unforgettable. A few encouraging words became unforgettable. They realized that true connections are never built only on extraordinary events. They are built on countless ordinary moments that quietly become priceless memories. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The heart of this story is just beginning to unfold. Your soulmate remembers the day they almost convinced themselves to let everything go. They told themselves that perhaps you had already written a new chapter. They believed that maybe their opportunity had disappeared forever. But every time they tried to leave the memories behind, one thought always returned. What if one honest conversation could change everything? That single question stayed with them until they could no longer ignore it. Then something remarkable happened. Instead of looking at the past with regret, they began looking at it with gratitude. Every memory became proof that what they felt was genuine. Every shared moment reminded them that meaningful connections leave lasting marks on the heart. Those marks do not fade simply because time passes. They remain quietly alive, waiting for the moment when truth finally catches up with silence. I need to tell you something very important before you move on. Your soulmate repeats those words because they carry one message above all else. They never wanted distance to become the final chapter. They never wanted unanswered questions to become your lasting memory of them. They wanted you to know that every kind word you spoke, every smile you shared, and every moment of encouragement stayed with them far longer than you ever imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprise has not been revealed yet. Your soulmate admits something they have never spoken aloud before. I kept believing there would always be another tomorrow to tell you how much your presence changed. My life, I was wrong. Tomorrow kept becoming another tomorrow, until I realized the only moment that truly exists is the one I choose to speak. That realization transformed everything. It gave them the courage they had been searching for all along. Now they understand that waiting for perfect timing often causes beautiful opportunities to remain unfinished. So, instead of waiting any longer, they have chosen this moment. Not because it is perfect, but because it is real. As they look back, they realize you inspired them in ways they never fully appreciated before. Your patience taught them calmness. Your kindness reminded them that genuine hearts still exist. Your determination encouraged them to become stronger. Even during seasons of silence, those lessons continued shaping who they became. That is why they could never truly leave this story behind. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every answer is leading toward one unforgettable revelation. Your soulmate now says, "There is one truth I have protected longer than anything else." Every path I explored eventually led me back to the same understanding. No matter how far life carried me, I always found myself hoping that one day you would hear the words I never had the courage to say. That truth became impossible to ignore. It followed them through ordinary mornings, peaceful evenings, and every quiet moment in between. Eventually, they realized that some messages are too meaningful to remain hidden forever. Now imagine standing before a door that has remained closed for years. On the other side is not regret. On the other side is understanding. Your soulmate is finally opening that door. Every sentence brings you closer to the answer that has been waiting since the very beginning of this journey. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate smiles as they whisper, "If you remember only one thing from everything I have shared, remember this. Some people enter your life for a season. Others leave a lesson, but a rare few quietly change the way you see yourself forever. You became that rare person for me." Those words are not spoken to hold you back. They are spoken because truth deserves to be heard before assumptions become permanent. They are spoken because genuine gratitude should never remain hidden. They are spoken because some stories become unforgettable only after honesty finally arrives. Now the story is approaching its most emotional turning point. Your soulmate has revealed why they remained silent, why they returned to these memories again and again, and why they could no longer keep this message inside. But the single most important sentence, the one that gives complete meaning to, "I need to tell you something very important before you move on," is still waiting just beyond this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter will reveal the one promise your soulmate never stopped carrying in their heart. And once those words are finally spoken, every moment of this journey will come together in a way you never expected. Everything has been leading to this moment. Take a deep breath and keep listening, because the final truth your soulmate has carried for so long is finally ready to be revealed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every memory, every silent moment, every unanswered question has been preparing this one conversation. Your soulmate is no longer looking back with uncertainty. They are speaking with complete honesty, and their heart is finally free to say what it has wanted to say from the very beginning. They softly whisper, "I need to tell you something very important before you move on." Then they pause, not because they are unsure, but because they understand how meaningful these words truly are. The truth is that I never stopped appreciating the person you are. I never stopped believing that your kindness, your strength, and your heart were unlike anything I had ever known. Time changed many things around me, but it never changed the respect I carried for you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest realization of this entire journey is only moments away. Your soulmate explains that they spent a long time searching for answers in places where they could never be found. They searched in busy days, quiet nights, distant memories, and future dreams. Yet every answer kept leading them back to the same realization. The most important words are often the simplest ones. Truth does not need to be complicated. It only needs to be sincere. Then comes the revelation that changed everything for them. I finally understood that moving forward does not mean pretending meaningful people never existed. It means carrying gratitude for the people who helped shape your heart. You became one of those people for me. That is why I could never leave without telling you how much your presence truly mattered. For the first time, every piece of the story begins to fit together. The silence was never caused by a lack of care. The waiting was never caused by a lack of feeling. It was caused by a heart that needed time to discover the courage to speak honestly. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate smiles with quiet confidence and continues. If you have listened this far, then you deserve to hear one more truth. I stopped waiting for perfect circumstances because I realized perfect honesty is far more valuable than perfect timing. I wanted you to know that you inspired me to become a better person simply by being yourself. Those words carry no expectations. They carry no pressure. They carry only gratitude, respect, and genuine appreciation. That is what makes them unforgettable. As they continue, another surprising realization appears. There was a time when I believed I had already missed every opportunity. But then I understood something extraordinary. Honest words are never truly late if they arrive with sincerity. They still have the power to heal unanswered questions. They still have the power to bring peace. They still have the power to remind someone that they were deeply valued. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final message is closer than ever. Your soulmate now shares the promise they have protected from the very beginning. No matter where life leads us from this day forward, I never wanted you to wonder whether your kindness mattered. It did. I never wanted you to question whether your encouragement changed someone's life. It did. I never wanted you to believe your presence went unnoticed. It never did. Those words become the heartbeat of the entire story. Suddenly, every previous chapter has a new meaning. Every quiet memory shines brighter. Every unanswered question finds its answer. Then your soulmate gently says the sentence that changes everything. Before you move on, I simply wanted you to know that meeting you became one of the greatest blessings of my journey. Whether our paths stay close or travel in different directions, I will always be grateful that our story existed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the story reaches its closing moments, your soulmate leaves you with one final thought. Never underestimate the power of one sincere conversation. One honest sentence can remain in someone's heart for years. One act of kindness can become someone's source of hope. One genuine connection can quietly change two lives forever. And perhaps that is the greatest surprise of all. The message you expected to be about endings became a message about gratitude. The words you thought would be filled with regret became words filled with appreciation. The conversation you thought arrived too late became the reminder that genuine truth always finds its way. If these words touched your heart, carry them with you today. Let them remind you that kindness is never wasted, honesty is never meaningless, and hope has a remarkable way of appearing when it is needed most. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the greatest chapters of any story are often the ones that begin after truth is finally spoken. Just when you thought the story had reached its ending, another hidden chapter begins to unfold. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate takes one final deep breath and says, "There is still one important truth I have not shared with you. It is the reason I asked you to read this before you move on." Their voice is calm, but every word carries the weight of everything they have learned along the way. This is not a message of regret, it is a message of clarity. It is a message that was waiting for exactly the right moment to be heard. Your soulmate says, "For a long time, I believed that silence was the safest choice. I thought if I kept my feelings hidden, no one would be disappointed. But I eventually discovered that silence leaves behind far more questions than honest words ever do." That realization became the turning point of their journey. It changed the way they looked at every memory, every conversation, and every quiet moment you once shared together. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most meaningful discovery of this entire story is only beginning to reveal itself. Your soulmate remembers the last conversation that truly stayed in their heart. At the time, it seemed like an ordinary exchange. Nothing dramatic happened. Nothing extraordinary was said. Yet after everything changed, they kept returning to that memory again and again. They realized that what made the moment unforgettable was not the conversation itself. It was the feeling of peace they experienced simply because you were there. That peaceful feeling became impossible to replace. Then your soulmate quietly smiles and says, "Do you know what surprised me the most? It was not losing opportunities. It was realizing how deeply one genuine person can influence another without ever knowing it." Those words stayed with them until they became part of who they are today. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a season when your soulmate tried to convince themselves that moving forward meant forgetting every meaningful memory. They believed that was the only way to grow. But life gently taught them something completely different. Growth does not require forgetting. Growth allows us to carry gratitude while still embracing the future. That lesson changed everything. I finally understood, your soulmate continues, that some people become permanent chapters in our hearts. Not because of how long they stayed, but because of how deeply they inspired us. As soon as those words were spoken, every unanswered question suddenly felt lighter. Every moment of uncertainty began transforming into understanding. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story has one more unforgettable revelation. Your soulmate now shares something they have never admitted before. Whenever I imagine the future, one thought always returned. I hoped that if our paths ever crossed again, I would have the courage to speak with complete honesty. I promised myself that if that day ever arrived, would never allow fear to silence my heart again. That promise became stronger with every passing day. It reminded them that honesty is one of the greatest gifts we can offer another person. Honest words may arrive quietly, but they often remain in someone's heart forever. Now, your soulmate gently says, before you move on completely, I want you to remember one thing. Never measure your value by moments of silence. Never believe that your kindness goes unnoticed simply because people fail to express it. Immediately, some of the deepest appreciation in this world is felt quietly before it is ever spoken aloud. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this journey reaches its final pages, your soulmate looks back with gratitude instead of sadness. They no longer focus on missed chances. They focus on everything they learned because your paths crossed. They learned patience. They learned honesty. They learned courage. Most importantly, they learned that sincere feelings become meaningful only when they are finally shared. Then comes the sentence they have protected from the very beginning. I wanted you to know that meeting you changed the direction of my heart in ways I never expected. Whether our stories continue together or follow different paths, I will always be thankful that our lives crossed. That truth deserved to be spoken before another chapter began. Those words become the final key that unlocks the meaning behind the title. I need to tell you something very important. It was never meant to create fear or uncertainty. It was meant to deliver gratitude, respect, and truth before assumptions became permanent. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate leaves you with one final reflection. Life gives us many conversations, but only a few become unforgettable. The unforgettable ones are not always the loudest. They are the ones filled with honesty, kindness, and genuine appreciation. If this message reaches your heart, let it remind you to value every sincere connection that life places in your path. The story may be ending, but its message continues long after the final words are spoken. Sometimes the greatest gift someone can leave behind is not a promise, not a grand gesture, but the courage to finally speak the truth. And today, your soulmate has done exactly that. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because every meaningful ending quietly becomes the beginning of a brand new chapter. One final page remains, and it contains the message your soulmate has carried longer than any other. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If you have listened from the beginning until now, then you have reached the moment this entire journey has been preparing for. Every memory, every reflection, every quiet confession has led to this final conversation. Your soulmate is no longer speaking from uncertainty. They are speaking from complete clarity. They gently say, I asked you to read this before you move on because I never wanted silence to become the final memory between us. Those words were hidden for so long that they almost became impossible to speak. Yet today, they arrive with complete honesty. Your soulmate finally understands that some truths deserve to be shared, even if they arrive later than expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest lesson of this story is about to be revealed. Your soulmate continues. I spent so much time wondering what I should say that I almost forgot the importance of simply being genuine. I believed I needed perfect words. Instead, I discovered that sincere words are always enough. That realization changed everything. It removed every fear and every hesitation. It reminded them that the heart speaks most clearly when it speaks honestly. Looking back, your soulmate now sees every shared memory differently. The ordinary conversations became extraordinary. The smallest gestures became unforgettable. The quiet moments became the strongest reminders that genuine people leave lasting impressions, without even trying. Then they quietly smile and say, the most surprising discovery of my journey was this. I thought I was searching for the right opportunity to speak to you, but in reality, I was searching for the courage to be completely honest with myself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. That courage finally arrived. It arrived not through dramatic events, but through quiet reflection. It arrived through gratitude. It arrived through understanding. Most of all, it arrived through the realization that some people deserve to know the positive difference they made in another person's life. Your soulmate now shares the one message they hope you never forget. Never believe that your kindness disappears unnoticed. Every encouraging word you shared, every moment of patience you showed, every smile you offered became part of someone's strength. You may never fully see the impact you have on others, but that impact is real. Those words become the heart of everything this story has been trying to say. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now your soulmate reveals the final surprise. The important thing I wanted to tell you before you moved on was never meant to hold you back. It was meant to set both of us free. I wanted you to leave this chapter knowing that you were appreciated, respected, remembered, and valued far more than you ever realized. For a moment, everything becomes quiet. Every unanswered question suddenly finds its answer. Every silent chapter suddenly has meaning. Every memory suddenly shines with new light. That is the power of genuine truth. Your soulmate continues. If life ever teaches you one lesson from our story, let it be this. Never wait too long to tell someone they mattered. Never assume they already know. Honest appreciation has the power to stay in a person's heart forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this journey reaches its final moments, your soulmate speaks with complete peace. I no longer carry unfinished words. I no longer carry hidden gratitude. Today, I simply wanted you to know that meeting you became one of the brightest parts of my story. No matter where our paths lead from here, that truth will never change. Those words are simple, yet they are powerful, because simple truth often becomes the most unforgettable truth. And finally, your soulmate leaves you with one lasting thought. Whenever you begin a new chapter in your life, walk forward with confidence. Carry hope instead of doubt. Carry gratitude instead of regret. Carry kindness wherever you go, because you never know whose life you may quietly transform just by being yourself. The journey that began with the words, "I need to tell you something very important," ends with something even greater. It ends with clarity, it ends with gratitude, it ends with peace. And perhaps that is the greatest revelation of all. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because every ending filled with truth becomes the beginning of a brighter tomorrow. And every sincere heart leaves behind a light that continues shining long after the conversation is over. The story is not over yet, because there is one final layer. Your soulmate has never shared with anyone before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If your heart has remained here until this moment, then you are exactly where this message was always meant to reach you. Every chapter before this one has been preparing you for the deepest truth of all. Your soulmate looks back one last time and quietly says, "I asked you to read this before you moved on because there was one thing I never wanted you to misunderstand." For so long, they believed that silence would eventually explain everything. They thought time would somehow reveal the truth without a single word being spoken. But time never answered the questions they carried. Instead, it kept bringing them back to the same realization. The only thing capable of replacing confusion is honesty. The only thing capable of bringing peace is truth. That is why they are speaking now with complete openness. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate continues. There were countless moments when I almost reached out. I would begin writing the message, then stop. I would imagine the conversation, then quietly walk away. It was never because I stopped caring. It was because I wanted every word to come from the deepest part of my heart. Those unfinished messages became silent reminders that genuine feelings never disappear simply because they remain unspoken. Then something unexpected happened. One ordinary day, while looking back at everything that had happened, your soulmate discovered something that completely changed their perspective. They realized they had spent too much time focusing on what they had lost instead of appreciating everything they had gained. They had gained wisdom. They had gained patience. They had gained courage. Most importantly, they had gained a greater understanding of the value of sincere people. That realization led them to one unforgettable conclusion. I could never allow this chapter to close without telling you how much your presence changed me. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate remembers a conversation that seemed ordinary at the time. There was no dramatic moment. There were no extraordinary promises. Yet somehow that simple conversation stayed alive while countless other memories slowly disappeared. They finally understood why. Genuine moments never compete for attention. They quietly remain inside the heart until the right moment arrives. I finally understood. Your soulmate says that the people who truly change us are not always the loudest people in our lives. They are often the quiet ones whose kindness continues echoing long after they leave the room. Those words became impossible to ignore. Every memory suddenly became brighter. Every unanswered question became smaller. Every moment of silence became easier to understand. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now your soulmate shares the most personal realization of all. I used to believe that courage meant never feeling uncertain. I know better now. Real courage is speaking honestly, even when you do not know how your words will be received. Real courage is choosing truth instead of endless wondering. That lesson transformed everything. It transformed fear into confidence. It transformed hesitation into honesty. It transformed unfinished thoughts into meaningful words. Your soulmate smiles and gently continues. The very important thing I wanted to tell you was never about changing your future. It was about changing the way you remembered the past. I never wanted you to believe that you were forgotten. You were appreciated every single day, even during the moments when I remained silent. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the story reaches its most unforgettable moment, your soulmate says something that surprises even them. I stopped asking myself whether I should speak. Instead, I began asking myself what kind of person I wanted to become. The answer was simple. I wanted to become someone who never leaves gratitude unspoken. That answer became the beginning of everything. It became the reason this message exists. It became the reason every chapter has led to this exact moment. Then your soulmate quietly says the words that complete the entire journey. If you remember anything from my message, remember this. Never doubt the value of your heart. Never question whether kindness matters. Never believe that sincere people are easily forgotten. They are remembered in ways they may never fully understand. For a brief moment, everything becomes still. The silence no longer feels empty. It feels peaceful. It feels complete because every hidden truth has finally been spoken. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate closes their eyes for one last reflection. I once thought the greatest gift I could receive was being understood. Now I know the greatest gift is having the courage to tell someone they truly mattered. Those words become the final heartbeat of this story. Not because they are dramatic, not because they are loud, but because they are completely genuine. And as this chapter comes to a close, your soulmate leaves you with one lasting reminder. Walk into every new day knowing that your kindness carries more power than you realize. Your patience reaches farther than you can see. Your encouragement becomes someone else's strength. Your presence leaves quiet footprints in hearts you may never know about. Never underestimate the beautiful difference one sincere person can make. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the greatest revelation was never hidden in a secret. It was hidden in the simple truth that genuine hearts never stop leaving light wherever they have been. And that light continues shining long after the conversation has ended.